I didn't know why I came so far. Was I blind? Did I not peaceful paths? And my way walked away. That I just got so sick of it. Then the way that I was from they give it I can't see you no more. And you let it go.
Looks like Dragon Bird double after the Dragon Blue shot pa lang! And a two-man laser!
Laser here, no! What Dragon does go into Mansky's side, there's Equalizer in the backline. That is actually, a 5-man!
Good evening, Summoners! Welcome to the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split. We will be your shoutcasters for today, but of course, before that, I'd like to welcome our very, very special guest, and that is...
Hi, I am Atlas. I will be one of your casters for tonight.
Yes.
And casting with me will be, of course,
Yes, GS Riku. So, before we start, I'd like to ask you, tell me about yourself first.
Oh.
You know, since this guy right here is the winner of our Cast Like a Champion promotion from, I think, 3 months ago, around October.
Yeah, 3 months ago.
So tell me about yourself.
Me, I'm just some, like, Walla Walla college guy from... Yeah, all I do is, like, sleep and eat.
Eat,
Yeah.
okay.
But, you know, esports is really fun.
Yes.
Casting, you know, once I saw, like, Monte Cristo, Kobe, Jat, those guys really get a passion for this kind of thing. Because they love what they do, and
Yes.
we love what we do. And, you know, it just clicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're super, super psyched to have you here. Right, Atlas? No, Atlas.
Yeah.
Atlas, right, Atlas. So yeah, the PGS is brought to you by the official shotmate of the PGS. That's Booster C. Boost your focus, boost your game. So right now, before we head on to the pick and ban phase, let's move on first to the standings of the PGS. So right here, we see that Naga Esports and Mineski, along with Imperium Pro Team, are on top as of this moment. Sila yung pinakamaraming points, and followed by Celestial Esports and Imperium Pro Team Blue, Acclaim Empire X, Explicit Hardcore Gaming with 1 point, and Infused Esports with, still none so far on our week 6. So let's look at our schedule for tonight. Atlas, will you
For
do the
tonight,
honors?
we will have Imperium Pro Team versus Celestial Esports. That will be our first 2 games, about 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. And after that, we'll have back-to-back Acclaim Empire X versus Explicit Hardcore Gaming. So stay tuned for that.
Yes, so first up, Imperium Pro Team and Celestial Esports. And I would like to remind you guys, magkakaroon tayo ng match and win later on thanks to Booster C. So Game 2 yon and Game 4. So abangan nyo yon mamaya. So I guess we're all ready to proceed to our first game of the night. Wachoo! Burrito.
So
there we have it.
Yeah, right now we have our picker bands, and we'll see what they want to focus on here since, here are my stats.
Yeah,
Stats.
sure, go ahead. Stats.
But yeah, we know IPT is a very mechanical team.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful raw mechanics, and I think I want to see what kind of champions they want to go for, if they still want to go for those weird picks and bans, such as that misfortune.
Misfortune
I don't think they're
support
gonna
from last
repeat
time,
that.
yeah. But still, you know, everything's super unpredictable right now.
Yeah, it's like the Philippines has its own meta, like disconnected from the rest of the world, and it's actually really good since it allows us to create our own thing. It's like what makes us us, and that's
Like
really
an
important, I think, for
identity.
any region.
So
For bands here, we have Irelia, Nocturne, and Dr. Mundo. Obviously, Irelia top, Celestial's top laner, Deuces. Irelia is very strong. Of course, it does struggle early in this fast-paced meta, but still, it's a respect, man.
definitely.
Nocturne, of course, they did last week. Was that last week?
Last week, Hex used Nocturne.
Hex used Nocturne together with that Sivir. They could just dive everything. So they want that out of the board. They want that wild card out of the board. Of course, the Harmudo very strong. There's no really need to explain that. It's just unkillable.
Is it me or is this a very, very quick picks and bans?
Yeah,
Like, they
it's
just
quick
know what to
pick
get
and
right off the
bans.
bat.
They just know, they know what to get off the bat. They know what they want. They want to get in that action. It's great.
It's and
So-
still looking at the picks and bans.
Picks and bans right now.
Vladimir target ban against Suez. That's understandable. Lagi na lang nababan actually yung Vladimir
And
sa
Zero
kanya.
Thresh, and they're pretty standard bans. Azir got some bug fixes actually this patch, which is good. It just gives them more quality of life. And as for IPT, they go for the Kalista first pick and going for the Bard over here. The Kalista score is very strong. Hates Kalista.
Yes.
It's absurd. Kalista's been nerfed over 10 times
Yeah, actually.
since like release, and she's still one of the strongest AD carries, especially after the Marksman update. As
And-
for Celestial Esports, you have Trundle Lucian. Trundle, of course, flex pick. You can pick that top, pick that jungle.
Jungle,
If you
and
want
then-
to go ballsy, you can even go support. Since
Support.
the pillar slow is really useful.
Yeah.
Lots of sustain just from his passive. And
Definitely.
Lucian, of course, short range, but extremely high damage and mobility.
With the
And a lot of synergy with the new AD carry items. Not really new, but relatively new.
the Essence
Yeah,
Reaver.
Essence Reaver with the other crit. Oh, we actually see an Echo here. I was not
That's super
expecting
surprising
that.
because
And
it's been a while, no?
it's been a while since we've seen Echo. I guess he time traveled forward here.
But
But yeah, it's also a flexible pick. It can go top, mid, or jungle. Everything works for Echo since he's so versatile. So you can't really counter that. And even if you go with Karma and Lissandra, which Celestial Esports is going here, you don't know which one of those is going against that Echo. But of course, both work really good against him since he is melee. He struggles in the early laning if he can get harassed out by Karma and Lissandra. And
Yeah.
of course, Lissandra can't kite him out in the early levels, so can Karma.
we've said this so many times. Okay, I was about to mention actually Renekton being open for Suez kasi basically, ang nakikita natin most of the time, it's either a Vladimir at the top or a Renekton. But we've mentioned this so many times at the stream na parang this preseason has so many flex picks. You have no idea where they're going. That's a Karma that could be support, that could be mid. Actually, if they're a little crazy, we might want to put on top. And then there's Lissandra, top, mid. And then, yeah, so what they're missing right now, I actually don't know what they're missing right now. Could be jungle.
It could even be like they already have jungle
support.
Karma.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe, but we'll see once everything has been swapped around. The Renekton pick, of course, very strong in this fast meta, in this games end around 25 to 30 minutes. And Renekton helps end those games before he falls off.
Yeah, that's true.
And Vigar, of course, is still a strong mid laner. There's a lot of good options, though, like Brand and Blanc, but of course, Vigar has gotten a lot of popularity since Worlds.
Definitely.
Yeah, and Rengar.
Yeah, I kinda really curious ang anong plano ng IPT with this Bard because
Yeah.
I think this may be the first time I'm gonna see Boy Sanity play Bard.
Actually, yeah.
Right?
Maybe
So-
we'll see him pulling out the Snow Day bar.
Oh, I like
But
that
I'm
skin.
interested, in how this will play out in the bot lane. Maybe they'll even lane swap. But,
So once again, putting the... Okay, hold that thought. This is where we find out everything.
yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a mid lane Karma, top lane Lissandra, and we are gonna see something similar again. I mean,
support
on the Hex. On
Oh,
Hex.
yes. Hex.
Hex played Nocturne before, and then he's gonna aim for that
Divey,
divey
assassin.
carry type, damage
jungler.
type.
I feel really bad for Hate this game since someone picked Rengar.
Actually, kasi
So frustrating to play against a Rengar if you're an AD carry.
yeah, I'm gonna be expecting
I'm gonna be
those-
watching that bot.
Exactly. I'm gonna be expecting that ultimate from Bard to save him, just in case the Rengar comes in, just deny and buy some time
'Cause
for the
that-
follow up from his teammates.
That Bard ultimate is very versatile. You just use it as a saving tool, and you can also use it like to dive off the
dive.
tower, or even
Exactly.
just delay the enemy, put them there while your team catches up.
Yeah, I'm super curious about the Echo jungle
Yes,
because it's
the
been a while. It's been a while since I've
Tanko,
seen
I don't know.
Tanko.
It might be Tanko or it might be Rekko. It's like just
Rekko
wreck
is
things
the
with
AP.
Devourer, AP plus Devourer.
Yeah, we'll see. Interesting pick by Coops. Kasi, as you can see here, it's not their usual. Although, ang nakita ko lang usual dito na pick is the Renekton and the Kalista on Hate.
Kalista is very consistent.
Yes. So, basically, then dito sa Celestial, quite new. Then I think they're gonna take a different approach. We'll see what kind of strategies they're gonna pull off. Although, we all know na medyo early talaga, weak ang IPT.
Yes, Imperium, they can succeed despite the weak early game. Which is surprising in this meta where games end much earlier. Like I said, 25 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the mark of a great team, is that even despite the meta, you can, despite the meta and your weaknesses, you can survive and thrive among the other teams. But of course, we have to look if their macro play has improved, since that has been a point of contention with them. They
Celestial.
are. Yeah. IPT.
IPT, okay.
Since they are a very highly mechanical team. Also, Celestial, also mechanical focus, micro play focus. So we'll see how this team comp Celestial has put out deals with, because you can't just depend on outperforming IPT in terms of mechanics. You have to do something else, and that might be what
That's
Celestial is doing with the team comp.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make use of the early laning phase itong Celestial. And I really, gaya na sinabi mo kanina, Kalista, then Rengar. No, parang, but there's a bard there though. There's still the bard.
But, you know, the Fate's Call takes like 1 or 2 seconds to reach there, but Rengar can just explode you. Especially with the new, not the new, but with the buff to Thunderlord's Decree. So that's even more burst to the cat right there.
The Mastery. Kasi Hate has this tendency to split push alone. So with Hex being that Rengar would really, what do you call this, counter that tendency ng IPT, leaving Hate along sa side. I mean, we've seen so many games where Hate would be shut down at the early laning phase of the game. Kunwari mag 0-3-0 siya. Pero at the end of the game, he's gonna end up with more CS kasi hinayaan lang siya mag-farm. And I think CE has studied and recognized the pattern already by now. So I think the Rengar pick is a really good counter, and as well na alam natin sobrang likot ng Kalista. There's a lot. There's a stun. There's a route rather by the Lissandra. There's the prison. You won't be able to jump like a kangaroo anymore. Unless QSS, but that will come later.
Yeah,
definitely.
that's come later, and that's opportunity cost. You could be getting another damage item
instead.
But yeah, Rengar does disable that. Oh, I have 5 items. What am I gonna get next? Another offensive item.
Yeah.
No, champions like Rengar force the AD carry player to itemize differently, to play differently. And Hate here, if he's gonna keep split pushing like he usually does, it's not going to work out for IPT. He needs to stick with the team for once. And that basically neuters Rengar to some extent. Of course, Rengar still has an insane burst if he does reach Hate. And actually, I'm worried for Hate because there's not a lot of peel on his team. Rather, not a lot of deterrence from Rengar. There's, of course, the Vigar wall and all that CC from Renekton and Bard, but I don't think it's fast enough. It's not realistically fast enough to prevent Rengar unless they invest in pink wards.
Pink wards.
Yeah, that's important. Pink wards are cheap. So
they have to play the vision game carefully dito on IPT side. And I'm pretty sure I do have another point in mind here. Oh yeah, if CE is not able to finish in time, if they're gonna IPT is gonna pull an IPT.
Pull an IPT.
Pull an IPT,
their power
like
spike goes like this.
And
goes down and then whoa.
Yeah. So let's see now. We are about to proceed to our game in a while. Yes. So once again, guys, this is the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split. I am with our special guest for today. This is Atlas. Yes. So he, for our parang kakarating pa lang na viewers, he is the winner of the Cast Like a Champion promo. What were the skins nga available? Ay yung given to you?
I got all the championship skins, which is really nice. like Thresh and most importantly Riven.
Riven.
Like
Wow.
I just play it in bot games. Like, look, kids, I have championship
Eh,
Riven.
Championship Riven. But what do you usually play talaga? What is your main role?
I play AD carry, but I've gotten really bad at it, so I just go to the mechanically simple top laners, like Garen.
Garen.
Not really, but
Yeah.
Garen, or sometimes I go mid lane and go Bran
Go
because
Bran.
he's flavor of the month.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
I
That's
really
true.
just play whatever.
Alrighty.
But
So
we have loaded onto the Rift.
yes, we've loaded onto the Rift. You are watching the PGS 2016 Spring Split. This is the match between Imperium Pro Team versus Celestial Esports. On the blue side, we have IPT, of course, Suez in the top
DC.
lane with Renekton. In the jungle, we have Coops with the Echo. And in the mid lane, we have Light with the Veigar. And for the bottom lane duo, we have Hate with the Kalista. And for the support, we have Poisanity on the Bard.
As for Celestial Esports, we have Deuces on the top lane on Lissandra. We have Hex playing Rengar in the jungle. Fade mid lane, Karma, Marky, and Mika's on the bot lane. That's Lucian and Trundle.
Yes.
Very powerful bot lane champion combo. And well, while there's a pause, I wanted to discuss the matchups in the bot lane.
Sure.
Because I was an AD carry main. I mean, I
I
still am.
Iniwan mo na yung
I still
80K.
am,
Okay.
but I'm bad.
Okay.
Not
Oh.
enough about me. Because Kalista Bard, of course, it's very powerful with the Sentinel proc W, percent health damage, and Bard is ranged, so you can proc that easily. But this is Lucian and Trundle. This Trundle support has arisen very recently.
Uh-huh.
And it's a lot of damage
Yes.
coming from Lucian and Trundle, and the CC coming from that slow and the pillar. I want to see if IPT will want to lane swap this to avoid that extreme power. I mean, Renekton's not the worst at 2v1ing. He's actually one of the best.
Yeah.
If he can survive through that and then allow Hate and Poisanity to actually thrive in the top lane against Lissandra, which they will do better against. I think that's that's one thing that IPT might want to consider, but we'll see how the first minute of the game goes.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see standard lanes.
Standard lanes.
Although I think for Hate naman, he's probably just gonna farm his way out as usual.
Farm his way
And
out
it's
with
really
the
helpful that his lane has sustain with
Yeah, with the Bard Shrines.
The shrines.
They're actually really good. Just put them back at the tower.
Yeah.
Let them charge up.
So it's all up to Celestial to shut
Shut
him
Hate
down, later.
It's always about shutting down the AD carry.
Yeah. Kasi if you see naman, very, very problematic. I think the two problematic champions I remembered last time during the late game was Suez on the Vladimir, but he's not on the Vladimir right now, and then Hate. Sobrang hirap huliin. And I think the Veigar is super, is a great control mage as well with the
Wow, yeah,
The
that's a lot of
Horizon
zone on the event
zone.
horizon there.
Yeah,
It's not
event
just a
horizon.
stun. It's like a Nivea wall.
Yeah.
Since you don't want to go through it. If you go through it, you die.
Yeah.
It's really good for controlling objectives and sieges. But this team comp by IPT, I don't think it's a really good sieging comp. So they might just do it for the kill pressure. Oh, Suez here. Getting
wow.
chunked down so hard.
I don't know why. Pagdating ng preseason, parang mas naging lalo ko ng favorite si Lissandra. I really, really love her in the meta right now. Lalo na yung Thunderlords. Naging
Yeah,
parang
Thunderlords
mas
increase.
bully siya. I mean, all
Yeah,
they have to
yeah,
do is Q, 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 the normal attack, and it's super painful already. But look at that.
see
Marky and Trundle here being pushed back. No sustain here
No sustain,
versus
just-
the
yeah.
two laners here.
Yeah, I guess that's one thing that IPT also considered. I was in not opting for that lane swap. Of course, Suez suffers. Oh,
Ouch.
I felt that. That was cold, ice cold.
Yeah.
But of course, Suez suffers. He's forced to go back. He has that teleport, but about that teleport, you have 4 teleports on this game. In this game.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's as effective as it used to be. Of course, it has been nerfed. That no one can deny that. But if you consider it,
Oh,
okay.
we'll see our first gank, but there comes the stun. It actually locks in. That's Coops with a great, great stun with a collateral. No, that's not collateral. pretty sure it ends with a C, but congratulations, first blood from Imperium Pro Team Convergence. Thank you, Burrito. Yes, the parallel convergence.
Yeah, Deuces got a little overconfident there. He was bullying Suez out, but of course Renekton has that
The stun,
the
the slice
stun
and dice.
and the sustain coming from that Q, and he did not expect Coops to go there. Renekton stun. Here comes Coops with another gank.
Wow, look at that. Both stuns will not connect here. And
That's
Coops
dangerous.
super in trouble, and the explosion comes from the Q of Karma.
A little bit
And
overzealous.
immediately, naging aggressive, seeing na yung jungler nasa mid lane pala. Parang yun yung, yun yung signal
There's
for
too
them
much
to
action.
go in. Yeah. From top, I'm pretty sure Deuces was supposed to escape. Talagang last minute stun when the glacial path was used. He could have escaped actually.
But no, he got stunned out. But
Nice stun.
nice stun. But in laning, I do think that Lissandra will have the advantage. He got ganked. But that's one thing he has to acknowledge. There is a jungler. This is not a 1v1. And I don't believe he had a ward there to catch out Coops. I mean, yeah, you can like snare Renekton when he goes to slice and dice you, but you can't do that to the lane, to the jungler right behind you. And I was saying about teleport. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Like,
I'm listening, bro.
That's a flat 5-minute cooldown, and seeing as games last sub 25 minutes, that means on average you'll get to use your teleport less than 6 times.
Okay.
Less than 6 times. And of course, one of those times, it may be like super impactful and win you the game. And that's just a little trade going in favor of Suez, actually. But, where was I? Yeah.
Teleport
It might
6
not be
times.
worth it if you consider Ignite's kill pressure. Imagine how much more kill pressure Suez can have if instead of... Oh, hey.
Okay. Yeah, okay, let's see
There's a lot.
some action here right now. Hex bumps into the jungler of IPT. Okay, that's the bard, not the jungler. And right now it's Hate alone right now. There is no pillar yet. And here comes the all-in of the duo bot of Celestial Ignite actually landing on Hate, but it will not be enough.
That was a good heal, and that's the power of Trundle. You can never leave your AD carry or support alone against a Trundle. If he goes out of line just even once, even for 1 second, Trundle will put the pillar behind him. You have to walk around that with your slow movement speed, and against Lucian, who has a lot of damage, you're gonna have trouble running away. And he has Ignite, so that's more kill pressure.
Ignite? Oh, hold that thought. Right now, Juice is super low. Right now, he's level 6. Level 5 pa lang si Suez. Here comes the stun. Here comes the flash. Isang Q na lang. Suez decides
So
to run
close.
away and drink some pots, both of them. I was super distracted, actually,
I know.
because I was looking for the Ignite. And that's on the Trundle. We were talking about the bot lane pala. And then suddenly, dito sa top lane, all the action is happening here at the top. Let's see if we're gonna see a dive. Here comes Hex.
He's going
Here's
for
the
it.
dive.
Oh, he did
Thunderlord
get it.
rocks Suez, super low, and he's forced
ult's just
to
in
ult.
time.
But Hex is nearby. Will he go there in time? Guess
Doesn't
not.
look like it. But if he had gone Ignite on that Renekton, he would have gotten that kill way earlier. He wouldn't have had to blow his flash to dive in, since that Ignite would have the healing from the Glacial Tomb, or what's the ultimate of Cassandra?
Yeah, I think it's
Frozen
the Frozen
Tomb.
Tomb.
All these ice words.
I know.
but yeah, it would have the healing from Deuce's ultimate, and it would have dealt more damage, allowing him to kill him way earlier. So yeah, opportunity cost. There's kill pressure in exchange for map pressure.
Wow, look at that. Poison is
Oh,
super
see
advanced,
that
eating
pillar?
a lot of shots from Marky. They're concentrating all their damage onto Poisanity.
Oh, that's
Here,
dangerous.
super low. He doesn't have flash. He used it earlier with his encounter with the jungler of Celestial, which is Hex.
That was nice by Hate. Nice little harass there. Marky was already out of range for the cast of Ren, but you have this little cheat with Ren where if your real target goes out of range, you can hit something nearer and then activate, because that secretly extends the true
Your
range
range.
of Ren.
Ooh, interesting. So yan, nabanatan ni Migos.
here
You
comes-
see Hate right now, and here comes Hex. He jumps into the board, changing target and a double kill
Cancel
for
TP.
Celestial.
So that's gonna
Yeah.
be 3 minutes of no TP. That's a wasted TP.
Yeah. Too late. Actually, the burst of damage coming in from
That's
Celestial
so
is just too much.
And had Hex's pounce onto that bar. It's
Yeah.
just- there's no
triple
escape.
sword.
Triple sword. At least it's not like triple Dorans.
Triple-
There
yeah.
was an EU player that.
Actually, triple Doran. Oh,
player
we'll
show- oh,
probably
you're going to
see
dive?
a dive coming in from Imperium Pro Team. That's a great frozen tomb, and Suez is
he
forced
going for
to
it, though?
use an ult just to save himself. Very nicely done by Deuces.
That's pretty good by Deuces. Like he knew exactly when to ult, and that little bit of mechanical skill there is needed to actually outplay IPT.
Yeah.
Of course, it's difficult to out mechanics. Mechanics.
Mechanics.
IPT, but he did it right there.
Yeah, and I'd like to also point out, I really like the double TP. I have
Really?
to. Yeah, I do. Considering the champions that they got, they're more utility based. They're more for the peel. So you already have 2 main damage dealers, and then
From Celestial.
from Celestial, and then Karma. Super painful yung RQ. Oh, actually, there's this article I encountered. I wish I read it. I just saw the title.
What
Mid
was it then?
laners carrying spooky ghosts.
Oh yeah.
You
Mid
saw
lane.
that too?
Yeah, I saw that. Fade, if you notice, no, not just Fade. Fade and Light are both carrying
Oh yeah, the
Frost Queen's claim.
claim.
And that might confuse some newer players since it is a quote-unquote support item.
Yeah.
But it makes you so much gold kasi tinanggal nila yung they removed the part of the passive where you can't get gold from the tribute passive if you
Yeah.
have CS, if you have last hitted a minion
They removed that.
in 12 seconds. So that means you can get gold from both harassing and CSing, and it's just way too good. They have to nerf. Riot has to nerf that in the next patches because it makes mid laners and supports so much gold.
Yeah, start off with that item. Like, both of them now
Yeah.
are carrying the spook. I really love the name Spooky Ghost.
Spooky Ghost.
Yeah, but yeah, that's not the right name. But then here comes a duel between between the 2 top laners, Juices and Suez. Will back off nicely. I think that was an even trade
That
for
was an
both
even
of them.
trade, but of course, Deuces is out of potions while Suez has natural sustain.
Yeah, that's
So
true. So
that's-
it's Suez's
Suez is technically like
a
ahead.
winner in that trade. And then you'll see here 2-2 gold lead Celestial side, but we will see. I haven't seen siguro yung attempt kanina ni Bard na mag roam towards the mid lane. Okay, here comes Juices. Everybody, for some reason there's a
Mid lane,
party
check.
here
Oh,
in
Light.
the riverside. He will get probably no, not stunned.
Oh, misses
That's a
both of the skill
glacial-
shots. Oh, Deuces.
Oh my god, that's a glacial path. He will get stunned. And Light is super bursted down right away by Hex. And it's too late. And Coop enters the party. He is all alone. But here comes Insanity, managing to land a kill just for revenge. And Echo disengages right away.
That's a 2-for-1. It's actually very unfortunate that Light there missed both of the skill shots. Oh, there's a fight
Oh,
bot
here
lane.
comes a duel between 2 AD carries. Celestial, where's the red? It's gone. Marky wins that one in the bottom lane. Woo, where's Pause?
That's 2 deaths now for Hate. He has to come back from that. Marky has obtained a small minion lead over him and a kill and assist lead. So, of course, I think Kalista scales harder than Lucian, but that's no excuse to have that weaker early game that IPT has.
Yeah.
But let's see if, since, Hate split pushing is like deterred now because later in the game, he can split push alone because there's Hex.
Yeah.
So, by getting behind, he's getting behind more than he usually is by dying twice. So let's see how IPT will deal with that.
But
I think
then,
yeah.
we've already mentioned, parang we place it on the table na parang kahit 0-3-0 si Hate, mamaya, he's gonna be really strong, like probably super ahead in CS. But it's Celestial's Rengar
Yeah.
that's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be Lissandra who's gonna be a problem.
That's
and
what
they have
changes.
the utility right there.
That's what changes the dynamic that Hate has with the game. So he really needs to be more careful with those. Take more calculated risks.
Yeah.
Except for trying to 1v1 Lucian, because that's almost impossible since he has BF Sword and Caulfield's
right
Warhammer. Now he has an Essence Reaver.
Completed.
And right now, Hate only has the components for
The
for the
composite
Runans.
bow.
Yeah, the composite bow for the
Composite
Runs,
bow.
Hurricane, and Zerk's boots.
Yeah. And 0-2-0, we don't know yet. It's too early to tell. But it's all up to Celestial side. They have the momentum for themselves. 3-5 on the scoreboard. No vision control on Dragon just yet.
No vision control
Pero,
Dragon or Rift Herald.
or Rift Herald. But you can see all the pink wards. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
so beautiful to look like.
That's a
And
line
look
of celestial pink wards.
Yeah,
That's
it's
beautiful.
like it's like Christmas lights
Christmas lights are
aligned
red too. So, it's-
so well. And if you look at it, it's all the entrances being covered by Celestial. Meanwhile, concentrated yung vision ng Imperium Pro Team sa red jungle side
yes,
nila.
yes, sure, red jungle. And I want to see what they want to do with Rift Herald, since of course it's a very useful objective, but you have a choice. My good night noise is these games are always so intense. It's
Yeah,
like-
you were saying?
It's like, yeah. Rift Herald is very useful. If either IPT or Celestial can get a kill on the enemy top laner, they can get Rift Herald or get the tower. But if they do get Rift Herald, they can go for a powerful push.
We'll see a gank here. Here comes the spooky ghost, and here comes Hex Branson, and here comes the wow! The explosion of damage is just too much for life
way
right
too
now.
much burst.
And meanwhile, Coop will be caught all alone, and that's
Oh.
a great response from the top laners,
Ooh.
forced to use a
Oh.
flash. But the Q, inspired Q by Fade, will finish him off.
Fade gets 3 points for that.
Yeah, wow. Yun yung
Okay.
actually carrying a needlessly large rod already. The thing
lot.
about Karma is the explosive RQ. It's a great tool for poking. It's also a great tool for finishing targets off. And that enables right now Celeste to take the first dragon of the game.
First dragon of the game, and they're denying the first dragon of the game since. IPT, we said they have a weak early game, but their late game is outrageous, like
Yes.
pull an IPT.
Yeah.
And if they can delay the IPT's first dragon, or even the rest of the dragons,
Yes.
that's a bunch of stats away from their victory conditions. It's like get hate to the late game, get light to the late game. And dragon, of course, that 6%. Yeah, 6%
Yes,
bonus to your
damage.
attack damage and ability power.
Yes.
That's very useful for the late game. Right now, of course, the bonuses are minimal for Celestial.
Yeah, they're getting Rift Herald. They're taking everything. Wow, Celestial going with the... Oh no, it's IPT taking the Rift Herald there.
Ooh,
So
Coops gets a lot of damage for that.
who's gonna take the buff? And it's
That's
gonna be
strange. That's strange giving the Herald buff to the jungler, since he doesn't. You don't get the full utility of the Herald buff
Yeah.
if you give it to the jungler, unless he goes to push with all the laners. But then again, he could be clearing those waves while the laners just
Yeah, you'd
do their
rather
thing in
give
the
it
lane.
to the
Rather
top
give it to
laner
the
ba?
top laner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
So-
I've seen them most of the times talaga giving it to the
Coops.
to the junglers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's either they want to prolong the laning phase more. They don't want to push
They
just
won't wanna
yet.
push it.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, because they want
They want to
Cade
keep
farm
farming.
even more.
Mm.
That makes sense considering their.
So it's basically taking the
battle.
Rift Herald for the giving it to the jungler is parang less objectives to take by Celestial. Parang ganun.
I see. Actually, yeah, that makes sense for IPT's plan in the game.
He has no way. He
Oh,
changes
Poisanity.
target. Poisanity super low right now, but Hex has no way out. He's super painful as well, but the explosion coming in from life will deny him of an assassination. Meanwhile, Fade trapped in a circle and is still safe as of this moment as IPT just decides to back away.
That's pretty well played by IPT. Actually, by Poisanity.
Here comes another trade, and just one more hit. The Q.
I don't think that
Hey.
heal was necessary.
Yeah. Better safe than sorry, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yes. But yeah, that last team fight, that last skirmish was pretty well played by IPT. Poisanity.
Oh, hold on, thought. Here comes the dive by Fade, misses the Q, but here comes Because for the backup. He lands an ignite onto the jungler of Imperium Pro Team. Coop's still alive. Staying alive.
It's a very fast-paced game.
Yeah.
Of course, that is the norm in these games. Let's see how IPT will continue to deal with that.
Wow.
Hate getting those double golems. Of course, just increasing his gold. He actually has the... he's not building Renans, he's building
Bork.
which is strange because a lot of Callistas I've seen
With first Runans.
with first Renans because it gives crit now. It allows her to go for crit items.
Maybe they're aiming to fight later on, early, as soon as they can. Cause
They want to sustain.
Yeah.
They want that sustain from the board.
okay, here comes Spooky Ghost activated. That's a nice spike coming in from Fate.
Oh,
And
here comes the Goon Squad.
The squad from IPT denies the assassination
Oh,
once
man,
again
that's
from Hex.
one way.
And here comes Deuces. Here comes Light. He's gonna be the next one to fall, and that's a shutdown. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane. But then, who is gonna clear all those waves? They do have Coops.
But
Yeah.
he's going Tanko with that assassin.
Oh yeah, he's doing
And
tango.
I want to note what happened to Hex there. Like, of course, he was like ganged up upon. Like the minute he jumped out, boom, Goon Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he instantly dies. But
Wow, that's painful.
okay, that's. But imagine everything that IPT burned for that.
Yeah.
And they traded 2 kills for that. So that's a lot of resources just to stop the assassination from Rengar. So yeah, we have to the IPT has to always watch out for Hex, but they don't have to. But they must not depend on just exploding him whenever he jumps in.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the team is still there.
Yeah.
They have to consider that.
Yeah, considering the fact that Karma at this point is super duper painful with the R and Q. He has a nice spike with the Luden's Echo as well.
Oh, yeah, lots of
Some short boost. Meanwhile, yeah, burst is a given naman sa Veigar. It's always going to be there.
It's like his only thing, except for
Yeah,
the
it's only the and the stun. Pero right now, okay, they're trading some spooky ghosts here.
You see that movement speed slow? So yeah, it's 40% movement speed slow for like 3-4 seconds. That's way too much.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that makes Frost Queen's claim Spooky Ghosts outrageous.
It's still a nice item to carry. So
Yeah,
meanwhile,
it's like a free hit with a skill shot.
Yeah.
You slow them and then any skill shot you throw, it's gonna hit unless they have a dash.
definitely.
And both of our
Oh, it looks like they're going in. No stun this time. Great sidestep by the Lissandra Deuces and denies the kill away from Imperium Pro Team. Meanwhile, these 3 champions here from Celestial Esports still keep pressuring and actually suffocating the bottom lane duo ng IPT. So ginagawa na lang ni Poisanity. He's trying to make the rotations.
Marky and
team.
Migo is really putting down the pressure on Hate. They don't want him to get ahead, but he's been CSing pretty well considering he's been 1v2ing for most of, at this point we'd call this the mid game.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been CSing pretty well. There's just a 16 CS lead by Marky.
Well, work is completed,
Borg is
no?
completed, so he's slowly ramping up.
Yeah.
And not in the pace that CE wants Hate to. They want
Yeah.
to make that. They want to make that slower, but it's not working. So
Yeah, it's not. The farm is farming quite well pa rin si...
he hasn't died since the second death, which is good for Hate.
Dragon Control in terms of vision, obviously, for the Celestial side, I think they want to take this second dragon.
I want to take the second.
Yeah, they want to take the second dragon up for themselves, definitely. And then, we'll see though. We'll see what response ang gagawin ng IPT because it seems like they really want a fight between these two.
Looks like the vision has been reversed here. You said earlier that CE had the control over the dragon, but now it looks like, looking at the minimap, you see that... No, actually, Hex is
still
just getting it.
Getting it. No contest whatsoever.
No contest
Apparently,
whatsoever.
there is vision. It's
Yeah,
just
there
that
is
they don't
vision.
have vision of the river. They only know that dragon is being taken. They don't. They have no parang. It's too risky. So
Yeah,
wag na lang.
too risky. And it's a second dragon.
Look at
anyway.
those four ghosts!
That hurts so much.
1 HP. Yeah. I'm expecting a more painful karma later on when
Yeah.
that Leandries is completed.
That's really painful. Actually, would like to see Void Staff. Maybe that would hurt a lot more since
Yeah.
Leandri's is for those extended engagements where, like for Brand, where he wants to do that long game where you trade spells. But Karma, I think Karma would prefer the Void Staff more than the Leandri's Torment. Considering it gives her health, I mean, Leandri's gives her health, which she doesn't exactly need. A little bit of Magic Pen, what Void Staff gives more. And that passive, it's good for poke, but seeing as she's being used right now as more of a bursty kind of champion, I think Void Staff would actually amplify that damage she has a lot more.
Wait, which is cheaper though? Void Staff or Leandri's?
I think they're around the same price range.
Okay.
Like Leandri's is 2.4, Void Staff is 2.4.
I think they're looking up to ramp up quickly, because at least if you have that... Okay, hold that thought. Here comes Deuces attacking Suet. That's two people in the top lane. What is IPT gonna get in exchange of this? As of this moment, nothing. They're gonna lose.
You can't do anything right now.
They're gonna lose the top lane. They gave out the kill. I guess what they could do is try to pick off Marquis in the bot lane if they can.
But seems like Marky's already backing off, smelling the danger there. So that means this is a free tower and a kill going to CE. And
oh, nice.
Oh, Maurice, yeah.
Here comes the wave clear.
Marky has the wave clear, but that's one minion left. I think that would be enough for Hate. No, that
not yet.
Down. And Kalista's not exactly the best.
Wow, they're actually still pushing this
they're
one.
still pushing it?
So they're pressured right now. Instead of, exchanging two 1-for-1 tower, they lose two.
They lose two,
and they don't
get anything out of that.
Wow, Celestial making the aggressive and
that was really well played by Celestial,
here.
but no, I was thinking if they could have done Baron in that span of time. No, that's not possible. They don't have Kalista.
Yeah.
They have Lucian.
They have Lucian.
But yeah, let's see. This is 6k gold lead for Celestial now, and IPT has not been doing anything to respond to this. Like I said, they have to step up their macro play. They're already really good mechanically, but of course, with mechanics does come that macro play, that shot calling, those rotations. They need to polish up on that, because right now, CE just made a play that may show that they improved in their own.
Oh, wow! I'm so sorry for that, but I am very surprised with the damage. Wait. Hold that thought. Spooky Ghost does not detect stealth units?
No, it just gives vision on it.
Okay. It did not slow the Rengar.
Really?
Where it actually passed by and attacked Deuces instead.
It doesn't detect.
It doesn't detect them.
It just gives vision.
Just gives vision.
Dive?
Hold it, not because stunned by the Renekton. He goes in. He gets rooted. Hex manages to land a kill onto the Renekton. Marty dives in, followed up by everybody from Celestial. Here comes Fade with the nuke coming in from Karma. Only Coops left and Hate to defend, and they're gonna take this tower down.
And they are gonna get this inhibitor for sure. You see, Rengar.
Whoa! Flashes in just to land a kill on Hex, and manages to sacrifice. And here comes the stun coming in from Coops. He actually attacks back, and Hate will not be able to fight against Marky, rather. He's seriously zero right now.
It's a bit of a desperate move there by Hay. It's like, I'm gonna kill these guys, but then Coops is like, I'm out. I'm not gonna fight these guys.
I'm not sure
so
what the point. Yeah,
I'm not sure what the point of that is.
Light included. Actually, light included.
Yes. There's no need to...
He walked in just to land a kill onto Hex
and
Flash. Yeah,
revenge, but that's not really worth it. You lost a lot more than you gained from that.
I guess the shutdown gold, I don't know.
No, it's still not worth it.
Yeah, I know.
But you see, that's one of the powers of Rengar. You see, he assassinated Light there immediately, almost immediately. And they got 2 towers out of that. And then, because Light was not present right there, because Light was not present right there, this allowed them even more pressure on their mid lane, eventually getting that tower. And then they tried to get revenge on it.
Are you distracted? Sorry. Okay, finish your thing.
But yeah, they get a tower and then the inhibitor after that.
Yeah, and Celestial playing their lead right, because if you guys can see my facial expression, my movements, my gestures, I'm super excited to tell you guys that Rengar is wearing a rapid fire cannon so that his normal attack would be increased in range. So he jumps farther away.
Yeah, it actually extends his leap range.
Yeah,
I did not
exactly.
see that
I
earlier.
just noticed. So
Yeah, me too.
Great
It's like,
call.
whoa,
Hex.
that was pretty unorthodox by Hex.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So
I would never in a million years like think of that.
how about
let's extend his jump
Twisted
range.
Fate RFC
Oh.
for the longer range gold card? Just putting it out there, you know, not saying that it's good or it's bad. I'm just putting it out there.
They're trying to trade
Meanwhile,
objectives here.
yeah, they're trading objectives, and that is Marky landing the calling onto Poisanity, and here comes Juices. Who does he stun? It's Hate, and Baron is still attacking everybody in the map. Marky in trouble.
Suez,
He will
though.
fall down. Suez will manage to eliminate the AD carry of Celestial, but here comes the rest of the party. Zonia's, Juices, Coops. That's the convergence being left alone, and Juices following through with a stun. Double kill na ngayon. Si Fade, I'm gonna get a blue buff. This is a bonus. Parang bonus salary lang. And that's an ace for
13th month
Celestial
pay.
Esports. Probably even a Baron if they're up for it.
Yeah, they're probably up for it. They've
Yeah.
got Trundle and Rengar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got this for sure. That was a very
Wow.
desperate. That's Baron going for IT for sure. But that was a very desperate move from IPT. I mean, sure they had Hate, the Callista, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Everyone else doesn't deal that much damage to Baron
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
at this point. So that was pretty desperate, and considering that Hex did that dragon really quickly,
Uh-huh.
they should have considered that. Hex got a dragon really quickly. He has ult, so he can just run up there and ruin our day. But even without Hex, they were able to just destroy IPT
Yeah.
taking that objective. That was way too ham by
From
IPT
IPT.
there.
Wow.
A little bit of a miscalculation, not just a little bit, but that was a big miscalculation. They lost
so much.
a team fight and 2 objectives.
Yeah. And right now, Karma is super painful. Honestly, Rylai, then Leandri's completed. At this point, they can siege properly. They can
Yeah, they can
poke
now
down.
siege properly.
I mean,
oh.
even more with the Baron.
I think Hex is looking for something. Will he find it?
Scouting around, scouting around. Yeah, they're gonna be chipping away the base of Imperium Pro Team slowly.
Wow.
And 0-4-0.
Spooky Ghost.
Yeah, Spooky Ghost. QSS na si Hate. Earlier, wala siya nun. Juices immediately locks in the AD carry. Therefore, not being able to retaliate or react to that. And right now, meron na siyang QSS.
Oh,
But look at that!
ow, Hate.
Oh, crazy damage
The
from
Ebola
Celestial.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
There's not
Look
much
at that.
Fade that's been doing.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
legendary.
nothing they can do right now
But
at
yeah,
this point in the
yeah.
game.
This build from Karma, from Fade here, it seems like they're gonna want to finish off the game right off the bat.
Definitely.
With
They
Hate
will.
down, with Light down,
Well, look at
no
the
one can
court.
stop it.
Yeah. The timers are super long for Imperium Protein Blue. And after 30 minutes of intense fights, congratulations to Celestial Esports
See,
for
what
taking
an
game
upset,
1
though.
of this best of 2 series. Wow. Look at that. 906. 906 Fate.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
like Hate wasn't able to ramp up, obviously, with.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what we were saying?
But yeah, Hate wasn't able to ramp up with a Rengar there. Of course, both Light and Hate were having a lot of trouble. Of course, they could just blow up the Rengar right then and there.
Yeah.
But they had to trade a lot for that. And it was the rotations from C that really cost them the game eventually.
Yeah, aside from rotations,
And rotations
I think
and
picks and bans.
picks and bans.
They definitely know how IPT would work, would try to play the game.
Yes.
And they definitely countered it from picks and bans thereon. And the
That-
performance, the Fade, spot
Yeah.
on.
Fade was spot on that.
Yeah.
game. But yeah,
Okay, I thought you had something to add. All right.
I had something in mind. But it's like,
Okay, but I'm super duper psyched for the next match kasi this
I did
is
not
a
expect that.
Yeah,
from
super like a landslide victory for game 1 from Celestial Esports. But of course, we still have a game 2. So stay tuned later on. Makikita ba natin ang IPT na bumawi, mag-change sila ng strategy?
Yeah,
Are we
they need
gonna
to
see?
switch up what they have right
Yeah,
now.
they
'cause-
might switch it up because, you know, we'll see the the standings as of this moment. So that shoots up Celestial Esports alongside the top three teams right now in the PGS with 5 points. So we'll see later if they're gonna be the first. What do you call this? Because if they get this win, they're gonna get 2 points. So that's gonna shoot them up at 7.
Yeah,
So they're gonna be the highest in PGS. So we'll see. Abangan natin mamaya kung makakabawi ang IPT. So stay tuned, don't go away. We'll be your shoutcasters again on the next game. I am GS Riku.
And I am Atlas.
So see you guys later.